So what I'm going to show you now is how to use styles in a Word document to make sure that your whole document looks the same and has the same formatting. So the first thing is that I, again, have shown my hidden symbols and my paragraph marks by switching on the Show Hide button over here. So you can see every time there is a new paragraph starting, and that's any time that the Enter key has been pressed. Even though that is a heading, as far as Word's concerned, it is a paragraph with its own paragraph format. So anytime I press Enter, I'm creating a new paragraph. This paragraph is empty. It's an empty line because there's nothing written in there. So that just helps me to sort of keep an eye on things and see what's going on in here. Okay, so I've got some headings, and I'd like to make all of these headings look the same. So up the top here, I have the Styles tool area, and by clicking on that little down arrow over there, I can maximize that. So here I've got some default styles set in the normal style sheet, which is the default for when I open up. And as you can see, as I'm pointing to things, if I put my cursor in this paragraph, it'll do the same thing. As I point to things, it'll give me a preview of what my text will look like in that style. And I have a number of different styles available to me. So what if all of these headings over here, I go and format with the heading 1 style. So all I have to do here is put my cursor anywhere in that paragraph and click on the heading 1 style, and that heading 1 style will be applied. But say now I don't like this style like this. I want something different, or my exam papers ask me to do something different. I can go to that style, I can right click, and I can say modify. So for example, maybe I want a different font style. I want it to be a bit smaller. I'd like it to be bold, and I'd like it to be centered. I make my choices. Maybe I'm going to change the color too. Make my choices. I say OK. And you can see not only the one that I was editing, but all of the other headings that I formatted with the heading 1 style have also changed. And that's very important. So once you've set it up in your document, you can then at any time go and change what you want that to look like, and it will change throughout your whole document for every heading that you have placed in that document. And that is very convenient. So if you are asked, for example, to leave a blank space after each paragraph, so this is a normal paragraph style, I'm going to go and edit, modify the normal style, and I'm going to use the formatting tools down at the bottom left-hand corner over here. So I can go to my paragraph styles, and I can see that after each paragraph, there's already a 10-point space. Now, let me just go back a step. My font at the moment is set to 11 points. I think I'm going to go and change that to 12 points. I'm going to increase the size of the font. When I go to my paragraph settings, if I want a full blank line, then this needs to match whatever the size of my font is. So this will make a space after each paragraph of 1 line. This setting here, the line spacing, is the amount of space between the lines within a paragraph. So this one is before the paragraph and after the paragraph. This one is within the paragraph. So I'm going to go and set that to single line spacing. So that each line over here is only a single line. And I'm going to say OK, and I'm going to say OK. What you should see, this gets a little bit closer together, but when I press Enter at the end of a paragraph, it's going to leave a space over there. Now, it's entirely possible that this heading has a space before it. Let's go and have a look. So I'm going to modify the heading. I'm going to go to the format. I'm going to go to the paragraph setting. And yes, as I thought, this is leaving a whole line space before the heading. So that means I've actually got 2 line spaces here. So if I turn that to 0, and I'm going to make this one 12. So here you can see there's one blank line that's coming after this paragraph and another blank line that's coming after the heading each time. So there's a full blank line over there that has been left. Now, why has that not? Okay, all of these paragraphs actually didn't have the normal style applied, even though it looked like they did. So I've clicked on each of them and made sure that the normal style is applied. There we go. So that's our single line, that's our blank, and our heading. Another way that we can do it is to format this like we want it. And then, that's a bit big, and then to come and click on the style, right click on the style and say update the normal to match the selection. And what that does is take whatever style you've put on there, make that the style for whichever one you've selected, and then you can see that has been applied to all the paragraphs. And again, anytime I now go and make a change to that, so that's actually a bit big. Let's go and make that 10. Oops. It will then make that change for the entire document all at once. If you wanted to make your own style, you could do that as well by saying create a style, and that will let you create a new style. So it would let it base that style on something, but you could create a style of your making. And then similarly, you could go and modify that style and make it whatever you liked. Okay, so this paragraph now is formatted with my style. This one is still formatted with normal. If I wanted my style applied to it, I'd have to click on my style so that my style was applied to that as well.